Hey guys, Mateo. This video is for Keith. And Keith, I'm gonna have to call you out, dude. Normally I don't do this to my fellow Seabadians, but I'm gonna call you out and just want to let everybody know that Keith's mustache is not real. Yeah, he doesn't actually have mustache powers. He doesn't, he's not superior. But in all reality, Keith's mustache is not real. It is growth hormone promoted. It is growth hormone fed, and it is not homegrown. And I'm going to prove that by showing you guys a picture that I found that Keith uses to grow his mustache. And I'm going to insert that picture in the video here somewhere with my magic editing powers. So if you want real homegrown mustache, that's where it's at. So sorry Keith, hopefully you don't lose 100 subscribers or whatever, but I gotta do that, dog, gotta do that. But anyway, Keith, this video is for you. I'm gonna show you how I did my dirt on my tank, and I'm gonna show everybody. But what I did was, I have this bucket here. It's 3.5 gallons, and I tried to convert how much dirt I would need for my 30-gallon. This was roughly what I got. So I was gonna need about 3 pounds, or 3 gallons, 3.5 gallons of dirt. So I got this bucket. This is the dirt I used. Some organic choice. Note it says garden soil, not potting soil. I couldn't find potting soil. I could only find the garden soil, and what I believe the difference is garden soil is not it's not as fine. It's got a little bit more wood chunks in it. It's got a little bit more bigger pieces of debris to mix in with, your grass or whatever. So that's the only difference. So just keep in mind that this process was using that dirt. Okay, what I did, scooped out a whole bunch of my dirt, put it in this bucket, and I know this is not dirt, this is rocks because I'm using it for something else. Bear with me, use your imagination. We all watch Disney Channel, we know how to use it. So it filled up dirt, filled it up not all the way to the top, filled it up, left about like an inch, 2 inches, and the reason being was for, to also leave some room for water. Filled it up with dirt, poured in the water, and then after I had the water and the dirt in here, I mixed it up with my hand, got all the particles loose. You want to get all the particles loose, so all the light wood and all the light debris, whatever's going to float in your tank, you want to float here in this bucket first. So mix it up with your hand, and then I let it sit for like a day. After you mix it all up, just let it do its thing. Let it sit for the day, let the dirt sink to the bottom, let the wood and all that crap raise to the top. And then I came and got a net, and I scooped out all the floating stuff that was on top. There was a whole bunch of it. Actually, I'll show you. I saved it. I saved it for my mom to use in her flowers or whatever. This is all stuff I had scooped off the top. It's really like fine particles of wood and tree bark and whatever else they put in that stuff. So you don't want that in your tank. That plants aren't going to be able to adhere to that. That's the crap that just floats and gives off, the tannins. So scoop all that stuff out. It's going to be at the top of your tank and as like a film almost. And I repeated that process probably for like a week, dude. I would come out here, scoop it off, fill it up with water, run my hands under it, break everything up, let everything raise to the top, let everything float. All the good stuff sank. Scoop it up, do it again, and eventually you're going to be left with just a nice solid block of dirt on the bottom. And then I rinsed that really well once I had enough dirt for my tank. And yeah, so rinse your dirt, scoop that crap off. You don't want any of that floating stuff in your tank, bro. And Sorry guys, I'm semi-naked. It's like 300 degrees in California, Southern California right now. So that's how I did my dirt. I also did some clay. I'll show you inside how I did some clay. Alrighty guys, this is pretty self-explanatory, but I mean, I guess you can't help somebody too much. So this is the clay I used. Mexican pottery clay, non-fired, self-hardening, whatever, it's clay. When I first started out with this whole fish tank thing and I heard Dustin say, yeah, put clay in your tanks, had no idea it was actual like molding clay. So I was pretty ignorant. So if there's anyone out there who's watching Dustin's video and is like, clay, what the hell do you mean clay? This is literally what he means. Like if you're gonna do a project at school, or if you're an artist and you want to mold some clay or whatever, this is the actual clay. It's just Mexican pottery, terracotta, self-hardening clay. Comes in a big block and a big plastic bag. And what I did was, you can see how much I still have from the 30-gallon tank. I only use like that. There's only a little bit that's like sloped down, and all I did was I pull a piece off, and again, use your imagination, stuck it down in the dirt. Ripped a little piece off and stuck it down in the dirt. So for this tank, 30 gallons, I probably have like clay in one row, clay in a second row, a third row, and a fourth row. I don't know how else to try to explain to you guys how much I used. I just went on like a judgment call, made sure everything was, covered for the most part, because I didn't quite know where I was going to put the plants, but I wanted to make sure that any plant that specifically needed some iron was going to get it. So for this size tank, again, I'll reiterate, I have about 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, going the full length of the aquarium, all with clay. If you can imagine that, that's how much I used. So hopefully it helped someone out, and I'm not just talking, looking like a retard. Later.